So we moved into a massive office that we're still renovating. So this is, as you can probably tell, just a temporary setup until the actual one is finalized. But yeah, big changes are coming, better videos, and even more videos further down the line. But until then, we have a couple of videos in this new temporary setup, starting off with a Pixel 6. We've made a few Leaks Rumors episodes on it before, but no need for leaks now, as almost all the details have been officially revealed by Google. Details such as the design, the camera, display specs, and also some unique details about the new Google-made processor. So, get those snacks ready, and here's everything you need to know. Okay, so the biggest change by far is the fact that a Pixel 6 doesn't come with a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor anymore, but instead, it comes with Google's own chip. I talked about this before, a chip that was codenamed Whitechapel, but now we know the actual name of it, which is Tensor. First off, the reason why this is called Tensor is because it actually matches Google's homemade Tensor Processing Unit, or TPU, that they use in their data centers. The Tensor Processing Unit is essentially just an accelerator rather than a full-on CPU. So it is a board that you connect to your computer that can accelerate certain applications. Think of this as Apple's afterburner card for the Mac Pro, which can seriously speed up ProRes RAW decoding, as that was what it was designed for. The Tensor Processing Unit is just like that, but created to speed up machine learning and AI tasks instead. And the reason why Google named the Pixel 6 chip Tensor is because just like Google's Tensor Processing Unit, it too was designed to massively speed up AI and machine learning tasks. They've customized it to make use of Google's existing computational photography models, which does actually enable a few new features. For example, when you take a photo with the main module, the ultrawide module will capture a shot as well, and then combine those two photos to reduce blur and add more detail into the shot. But that's not all. When you're shooting video, the Pixel 6 will now apply the same image processing that they normally applied to photos, which is pretty insane because that means that the image processing would now process 30 photos every single second. Leader from The Verge said that HDR video on the Pixel 6 looked better than even on the iPhone 12 Pro Max from his quick hands-on look. On top of this, thanks to the new Tensor SoC, the Pixel 6 can now translate audio in real time, even without an internet connection, which is very impressive. And Google said that there are no more co-processors anymore, no Pixel Visual Core or Neural Core, as everything is now built into this new Tensor chip, including a separate controller for handling the always-on display and other low-level processes in order to save on battery life. Oh, and there's also a new security chip inside the Tensor SoC, the Titan M2 chip, which Google claims makes the Pixel 6 the most secure phone in the world. So things are definitely looking promising for the Pixel 6, and if you're enjoying this video so far, feel free to subscribe, as we'll have way more videos on the Pixel 6 once it's out. Okay, now the second big change is that for the very first time, we have a Pro model of the Pixel, with the Pixel 6 Pro. Previously, we had an XL variant. The Pixel 5 was an exception, as it did not offer that XL model at all. But now the XL is back, it's been renamed into Pro, and it has even more features to make it stand out even more from the regular model than ever before. But before I talk about the differences between the two models, I want to quickly talk about the design, which is the third big change. Props to Jon Prosser and OnLeaks, who both showed pretty much this exact design months before the official unveil. I do think the official one looks, of course, better, as it appears to be more polished, and this is the official render. And we also get some new colors, which do look pretty stunning. The Pixel 6 Pro is the one with the taller top, while the Pixel 6 is the one with the shorter top. The 6 comes in gray, champagne, and red, while the 6 Pro comes in gray, champagne, and silver. Notice how the two champagne colors differ between the two pixels, with the Pro having the entire back champagne, while the regular 6 only has the top bit, with the rest of the back being white. Oh, a quick correction. So Connor from our team mentioned that they're actually not the same color. I do see them as the same color, maybe because I'm colorblind. So let me know in the comments if they're both champagne to you or not. Another design difference is that the Pro has a glossy frame while the non-Pro has a matte frame. So very similar to the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 in this regard. Overall, I'm a massive fan of this design with that camera strip. I think it looks super unique, even though it does kind of remind me of the Nexus 6P, which was, in my opinion, Google's last true flagship smartphone. A point that I'll actually come back to in just a second, so keep that thought in mind. Okay, Daniel from the past here with a message from our sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark is a tool that secures your internet connection so that everything you do online stays private, while also allowing you to browse the web from a different country and access services such as Netflix US from outside the US. But Surfshark is also a different type of VPN. With most VPNs, once you activate them, your internet speeds would be severely impacted, but not with Surfshark. Surfshark can also block ads as well as malware with their Clean Web feature and automatically alert you when your personal details such as emails, passwords, credit cards, and more have been leaked online. Another exclusive feature to Surfshark is Surfshark Search, which gives you real and organic web search results with 0 ads and 0 tracking. And at just £1.56 a month and 3 months for free by using the coupon code ZONEofTECH, Surfshark is about half the price of what other VPNs cost. Check it out using the link below. Now, aside from all of this, the cameras have been improved too, not just thanks to the new Tensor SoC, but also thanks to some massive hardware-level camera changes as well. First of all, we have new sensors. We don't know much about these yet, as Google hasn't officially said anything, aside from the fact that they do let in 150% more light than what the Pixel 5 did. But even the fact that we get new sensors is huge, since as you're all probably aware of, all Pixels since the Pixel 2 have used the exact same camera sensor. And the camera improvements that we got were all through software rather than through hardware. Bigger sensors means more light, just like Google said with that 150% improvement. And it also means more natural depth of field and potentially even more resolution if Google doesn't need to go with that 50 megapixel main sensor that's been rumored. The cameras on both of these two Pixels are essentially identical. We get a wide module and an ultra wide on both, the only difference being the fact that the Pro will also have a telephoto module, one that offers 4x optical zoom. Also, this 4x optical zoom lens is actually a periscope lens, similar to what we've seen on flagships from Samsung and Huawei. I am a bit disappointed that this is just the 4x module, when Samsung now has 10x on the S21 Ultra, but 4x is actually what we had on the S20 Ultra from 2020, a phone that had a remarkable zoom as it was also using a high-resolution 48 megapixel telephoto sensor to zoom past 4x. The Pixel 6 Pro is also said to have a 48 megapixel telephoto sensor, which means that we could actually see a very similar zoom module as to what we had on the S20 Ultra. And finally, the last big change is when it comes to the display. The Pixel 6 comes with a 6.4-inch flat display, Full HD Plus in resolution, and with a 90 Hz refresh rate. This already makes it the best display ever on a Pixel phone. But the Pixel 6 Pro is even better, as it has a larger 6.7-inch display, Quad HD Plus in resolution, and it is also slightly curved, and also comes with a 120 Hz refresh rate, something that Google has never had in a Pixel phone before, as it maxed out at 90 Hz. Speaking of something that Google has never had before, we now have an in-display fingerprint reader on both the Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro. Finally. And that's it, the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. So now you're all probably wondering, when can you actually buy these? Well, Google said that they will be launching them in the fall, so likely in October, if we are to go by Google's previous release schedule. But yeah, it seems like this was essentially just a tease rather than a full reveal. But nonetheless, I am very excited for these new Pixel phones. Google stated, and I quote, "We knew we didn't have what it took to be in the ultra high end, and this is the first time where we feel like we really have it." And I agree. There wasn't a single Pixel phone that could truly compete with the best from Samsung or Huawei or even Apple, as there was always something that was missing, whether it was the ultra-wide-angle module or a great modern design or a high refresh rate display. There was always something that was missing. But now, I feel like Google is definitely there, with potentially the best chip in an Android phone to date, potentially the best cameras in an Android phone to date, and if they can keep this at a fairly decent price, I think that Google is definitely going to win. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro? Would you get one if this is going to be quite expensive? Because according to what Google said, yes, they will be priced like a true flagship. So expect these to cost over $1,000. So yeah, will you get them if they start from that price point or not? But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Daniel, this has been ZONEofTECH. Feel free to subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH signing out. Cheers.